I got an Ethernet cord that I use to, cause the Wi-Fi shifts too much. We live. I have an Ethernet cord that I use because Wi-Fi shifts too much. So what happened was I was laughing and I pulled the Ethernet cord out.
Yeah.
I forgot what was so funny.
Yeah.
I was laughing at some shit. I forgot what was so funny. I was laughing at some shit and I pulled the Ethernet cord out. That's what the fuck happened. It wasn't my fucking landlord. One day, you know what I'm gonna do? Because people keep saying I don't got a fucking landlord for some strange reason. So y'all think I own the house? I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he'd be all right. Shout out to the landlord.
They think I own the house.
Him in East India. Shout
like my, yeah, exactly. You met the nigga. Oh man, I want to talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Over here die laughing.
Yes, you know. Right. So I'm saying Trump owns a lot of rights to a lot of things. What he do is he's a smart man. He'll build, construct something, hold it for 10, 15 years, then he'll sell it. But then, but for you to buy it, you have to. I think he was named for a long time, so he gets a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a smart business tactic. Like he bought the Plaza Hotel. He halfway renovated it. Was gonna do nothing with it, and sold it. He sold the Plaza to some Arabians for close to $1 billion. Mind you, they had to do a lot of renovations in the Plaza Hotel, but because it's Trump, he owned the name Plaza Hotel. He gets a check. Just like you know what I'm saying? Just like the West Side Highway project. You know that thing that's in Chelsea? He sold that. He sold them buildings for like $1 billion to a real estate group from China. You know, so I don't know why he hates China so much. That's what he sold it to. And they had to keep the name. They're known as Trump Towers.
For anybody that's never been in New York City, you'll be surprised at how many buildings got Trump's name on it. You'll just be fucking surprised. And she is so fine. I think she looks better with the glasses.
Yeah, he's a smart man, man. He's just business. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's big on branding. And you notice that's what he does. He does a lot of branding. You know what I'm saying? He owns a lot of property, but like, even those casinos in Atlantic City, it took him to file for bankruptcy to realize that he didn't even own those casinos. His name was just on it. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But he was filing for bankruptcy to stop being responsible for certain bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With them hotels that was feeling like, I don't even own this. I'm not a large percentage owner. My name is on this. I've sold this 30 years ago.
It's a fact. Naming rights. Yep, that's a fact. Yeah, my fault, y'all. I was doing something. I was laughing, and then I kicked the damn Ethernet cord out the side of the computer. Because for everybody that don't know, one of the problems I was having with the internet was when we used to get cut off all the time is the internet on the outside of the building get fucked up. Okay, this is how Wi-Fi works. For everybody that don't know how Wi-Fi works, Wi-Fi isn't a steady signal. A Wi-Fi signal goes up and it goes down. Whereas if you use an Ethernet cord, it's like one steady signal. But when you use a Wi-Fi, when you're on Wi-Fi, you can have up here way better than the Ethernet cord, or it could be down here less than the Ethernet cord. So when you have a situation where you got connectivity issues, it's going to be down here for so long that you're going to lose service. And that's what used to happen to me. Yeah, I got to plug straight in. I've been doing straight hardline, and I bought a whole new computer. I literally bought a computer just so we could do lives. So for anybody that doesn't think that I don't care about doing the lives, I literally bought a computer just to do the lives. This is the computer I work on, and this is my old computer. I literally bought a computer just to do lives. Yeah, hardline. I got a hardline. That's a fact. That's crazy. He wants to give, you're right. He wants to give all the drug dealers like death penalties, but the people that stealing all the money, wait, whatever happened to hold on, I want to know whatever happened to Wall Street, because remember when Trump got hired, when Trump got elected, and he was talking about how he was going to drain the swamp and all that Wall Street talk. He was talking about Wall Street this and Wall Street that. Has he done anything to go after the Wall Street people? I haven't seen him go after the people on Wall Street. Is anybody else?
Yeah, that's true, man.
Right? Remember when he was talking all that Wall Street shit? He was talking all that Wall Street. Remember, one of the big things was Hillary Clinton went and she did some kind of speech or something to the people at Wall Street, and he was talking about how she's gonna be in their pocket. But I haven't seen him do anything to Wall Street.
Hell no. Yeah, you're right though. You're right. And I'm saying, and the sad part about it is because he knows business, he ain't a fool. You know what I'm saying? He know that the ones that have been around for years, those are his friends.
Yeah.
You know, the billionaires, the you know what I'm saying, the major players we don't hear about. Those are his friends. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when it comes to these politicians, they pick and choose they throw everything on the table, but they pick and choose their fights. And some fights are easier than others, like immigration, prison. You know what I'm saying? Those fights are easy. You know what I'm saying? You're able to push those agendas because 90% of society be wanting that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So he knows I throw it on the table, but I'm gonna fight the two that I know that's not. I'm gonna waste 4 years on fighting that's never gonna get passed. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And half of the shit he don't care about anyway. Trump don't care about half of the shit. All Trump want to do is argue with celebrities on the internet. Who's he arguing with now? You Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
They're trying to sue him or something.
He wasn't gonna go to jail. He tried to sue him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's tired of them talking crazy about him.
Yes, you're the president. I'm the president. I don't deserve this.
What sex trafficking ring did Trump help bring down? Trump helped bring down a sex trafficking ring? Where?
You talk about that thing with Kraft, I think.
So he.
What happened was he was in a picture with the lady that owns those parlors. You know what I'm saying?
Trump was.
Yeah, he was in a picture with her. Like he had an event at. I guess that she's a donor for the Republicans. You know how they have those events, them dinner parties where they invite you and you sit, you pay $1,000 a plate. That's for the small ones, but you might pay $100,000 for a piece of steak and a potato. I guess she was playing that political scene, and she actually owns those parlors that Kraft got caught up in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so somebody set Kraft up? You saying?
Yeah, Kraft just happened to get jammed up. He just got caught on the wrong day. You know what I'm saying? I think with Kraft just got caught on the wrong day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those types, because it's in Florida, there's a lot of millionaires and billionaires down south. So he's not the only one that's sleeping in them spots. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like 16 people got locked up. So I just think Kraft has got caught up in the melee. You know what I'm saying? But I feel sorry for Kraft, man. His wife died, his new girlfriend, she young, she had a baby by somebody else. He probably like, F that, I'm going to the hood with this one.
That's a fact.
Shout out to Kraft, man. Trump got some weird friends. You know what I'm saying? People that actually like him are like weirdos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't be knowing what's going on with that dude. Look, man, he was not. I sincerely still don't think that he ever really wanted to be president, to be honest with you.
You said that from day one, I remember.
We was in a truck. Yeah. I don't think he ever wanted to be president, man. I think he got more pissed off than anything else that he got the damn presidency. Because you got to understand, that is a ridiculous tax write-off. Why do you think Ross Perot used to run for president every year?
Hell yeah.
That's a ridiculous tax write-off. You make, he said, Trump said if he don't win it, he gonna make $1 billion.
Yeah, you're right. Just all that promotion, all that advertising, all that merch.
Not just that, but that also. But not just that, he was lending money to himself.
Right. You're right. It is right. And you know what's the funny part? People, you're probably sitting there going, what does this have to do with the topic of today? The topic of the day is, good example, Jay Prince. We call him the OG because his branding, you know what I'm saying? Rap-A-Lot Records, things he's done in Houston, the Fifth Ward. His brand alone probably made him $1 billion, you know what I'm saying? And without making music, he's able to make money because of his branding rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're just showing you that a lot of people there, they invest in things and they sell it, but a lot of times they keep the name.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you knew, but you know Russell Simmons and Leo Cohen still own the name Def Jam.
I'm not surprised.
So they get a check every year, no matter what, because they own the name Def Jam from Universal Records.
Yeah, because you can sell the product and then still keep the name. That's a fact. So
what we learned from this party, people, was maybe we need to create things where we actually own the name, and if you do sell the product, you can, where we sell the product to, you want this product, you got to keep the name. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I want 30% or 20%, and no matter what you do, and you know what I'm saying? And that's how you would change free money. We call it free money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, it's so deep, man. See, these are the conversations that they should be having in hip hop. Something that we said the other day. Hip hop is the new sharecropping of the world.
That's a fact. You do all the work and other people get the majority of the money and you go in debt the more work you do.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Because that's exactly what hip hop is. Think about it like this. You gotta understand, when these guys get their budget, your budget is basically a loan.
Yeah.
That's it. You gotta make your budget back and some. Okay, this is the best. This is a good example, right? So you got a movie, right? You're about to make a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the movie costs $100 million. Let's say less. Let's say the movie costs $50 million to make, right? So the movie costs $50 million to make. That means that until that movie has to make more than $50 million to be a profit. You understand what I'm saying? Just $50 million is breaking even.
Yeah.
That movie got to make somewhere near like $70, $80 million to be a profit, to be worth doing. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say you got a budget, and your budget is, they give you a $500,000 budget. You're a big artist. They give you a $500,000 budget, right? So in order for that to be lucrative for you, for the company, for the people that gave you that money, you got to make like $4 or $5 million, because they could have gave that same money to Cardi B, and they could have turned that same $500,000 into $30 million. They could have gave that same money to Kanye West, and they could have turned that $500,000 into $50 million. They could have gave that same money. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're an artist and they give you, and you got a freaking $100,000 budget, you can't think, oh man, I'm gonna make $200,000. If the album makes $200,000, that's a win. The album makes $200,000, that's a loss. If you got a $100,000 budget, your album got to make $2-3 million in order for it to even be financially viable for these companies to keep investing in you. That don't make sense. They're not trying to get $1 back. They're trying to get $2 back for every $1 they invest. They trying to get like $100 back for every $2 they invest.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You talking about tours and concerts? I'm talking about sales at this point.
Yeah,
because
man.
when you do concerts and tours, that's more the artist money than anything else. That's how the artist gets paid, because the artists don't make that much money off of sales anymore.
Yeah.
What the artist uses how many sales they make to be able to decide how much money that you got. I'm going to charge you to go and do a show. You understand what I'm saying? Let's say an artist sells first week, they sell. What's a good number to sell first week, Zeke?
100,000.
That's great to sell. What's a decent number? We're not
like 50.
Okay,
like
50,000.
50,000.
Okay, let's say first week they sell 30,000.
Yeah.
Right. If you try to book that artist the first week that sell 30,000, you're not gonna have to pay them as much as the artists that make 100,000.
Yeah.
In the first week. So how much your album sells? You're not making that much off of your album sales, but you are making. You're able to. Yeah, 30,000 ain't bad. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying in comparison with 100,000 first week. Feel me? Comparison with 75,000 first week, they're not making that much money off the actual album sales. But the album sales is how they're going to be able to determine how much they're going to charge people to come to your arena and perform. Why do you think Drake performs at freaking? That's why some people perform in stadiums and some people don't.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Not trying to like knock nobody.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Sharecropping has become the concept for music. And you think about it, these guys are basically sharecropping. You owe me off the rip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I have to work to make you a profit, to at least get the money back that I owe you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless I make a great profit for you where I'm able to make some money. Because even within my little 1 or 2%, you're telling me I still have to pay a manager and a lawyer and all this other stuff out of this small percentage. So even if I sell 10 million, I might only get a check for $1 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But half the million is going to
you gotta pay your people, your lawyers, your agents, whoever else work for you.
So when you think about it, man, it's sharecropping, and I think these labels they call them the sharecropping. They've done this for years with this. You get paid $1.01. That's not sharecropping. See, one thing I noticed with history, the South really didn't care about slavery as much as the North promoted they were stopping slavery. Because if you know, after the Civil War, and they're having a reconstruction of the South, all these rich white people wanted was, y'all do all the labor, I'll pay you nothing, and I don't have to worry about doing the labor no more. Because it wasn't industrialized in the South as it was in the North. So even though you think slavery was bad, imagine sharecropping.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the only difference with sharecropping is they gave you the manipulation that you didn't have a master.
Well, yeah, and
you know what I'm saying? But sharecropping was just as bad. Just imagine being taught. The only education you was getting taught was to forgive the white man for torturing you, for separating your family. And the second part of your education was to be a sharecropper. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad. So now you look at the music industry and they made it illegal. These record labels did it illegally. And it's sad, man. Like, you think about it, right? Like, now you should have 20 masters. If you sold 10 million records, right? Mm-hmm. At $28 a record, that's almost like $280 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad out there, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just hoping that some of these rap artists catch on, you know, with the streaming stuff and just utilize creating your brand. Like in the world of streaming, there's no way that these big labels still control, because streaming is different. All you gotta do is create your own buzz. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But in the world of streaming, these labels is starting to take over the streaming game. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's so sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sold 30 million records, and then you get a check for $1 million. And then by the time you get a check, you owe the federal government $2-3 million. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. These new y'all don't understand. A lot of these rappers be so in debt, yo. A lot of these rappers be so in debt. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. I'm saying
they be looking good though, because they be, you know, in the nice clothes, nice cars.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're jerking them. You know what I'm saying? They're just legally doing it, and they prey on the uneducated rapper. That's what they love, the ones that don't know no better. That's why we don't have a lot of J. Cole's and, you know, the conscious rappers, because these guys know how to negotiate a contract, because these guys know how to read. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, and what's I just about to say? Think about it like this. Kanye West, they said Kanye West contract says that he can never retire. That's what they said. Kanye West contract says, yep, Kanye West contract says that he has to make music forever.
Wow. That's sick. Oh, that's why he's going to court for. He's trying to get out. I thought he's trying to buy his rights back or get his rights back.
That sounds like that's what they own.
Wow.
They own him.
Wow, that's sick, man. That is sick.
Robert Kraft may be off the hook, as Florida prosecutors reportedly offered deal to drop prostitution solicitation charges.
When nigga Rob. My guy Rob. Stop saying the N-word. My guy Rob.
Well, I'm upset that it happened that way, but I am definitely. I mean, now I'm kind of surprised. Like I would expect that if he would have been trying to tip out on whoever his wife is, he'd be hanging all these black people. I'm surprised he wasn't trying to like smash some black shorty. But pretty sure he'd be smashing those two.
Yo, Kanye be losing me sometimes, but I just think he's having a midlife crisis. What you think?
My dude, we just found out that he don't own his life. He has problems we don't have. He don't own his life. Think about that for a minute. Think about having a job that you can never quit, ever. And you have to work all year round.
Yeah, that's bad, man. Wow. That's why he needs to get that contract, because wow. You don't own your music, you don't own your publishing, and they want you to keep making great music, and you're not getting a check for it.
Now you probably understand why this dude want to stay as far away from him as possible. Well, those people you hanging around that got you involved in what you're doing, I don't want no parts of.
That's a fact. No, that's a fact. And you know, piggybacking on what you just said, maybe that's why he's losing his mind, man. Because you know, you think about it, right? Kanye, before he started drinking Hennessy, he was selling a lot of records. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't getting them royalty checks, and I think that's affecting him, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're a funny dude. He don't own himself.
Wow.
Think about that. Think about every problem you got in your life. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about which one of those problems you would want to trade for not being able to own yourself. I wouldn't want to trade none of my problems for that particular problem.
That's a fact, man.
That's why he was saying slavery is a choice. He was Kanye. Well, y'all gotta understand, Kanye West is a narcissist. Everything he talks about is about him. He wasn't saying he was probably saying slavery was a choice, and we people took it as he was talking about people from like 200 and something years ago. But he was saying slavery ain't a choice because he's like, nigga, I mean slavery is a choice because nigga, I'm a slave.
Yeah.
Why do you think he walk around like that? Why do you think his clothes look like that?
Yeah, he's a slave, man.
That nigga Kanye West is the worst dressed celebrity ever.
Ever. He tried to get in Jerry Jerky. You know what I'm saying? You're right. He's a slave. People attack. Yo, you know what? I give you a good example. My dad was born in Confederate. That's my Jim Crow. Confederate, Alabama, 1930. Think about it. What year did the Civil War end? So the generation after the Civil War was basically my father's generation, where the politicians in these little cities and towns was actually ex-Confederate soldiers or family members of Confederate soldiers or Confederate sympathizers. So these people are now controlled and they're making the laws as they go. And all these laws did not have us involved. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing, man. You would never know what it's like not to use the same. You never know what it's like to have to use a separate bathroom, a separate water fountain, sit on the back of the bus. You can't vote. You can't. You're not allowed to be smart. If you know how to read, you're a threat. You gotta be inside before dark because anything can happen at night. People talk to you like you're trash. You gotta walk in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? You can't look in nobody's a certain race face. If your people came to play jazz, you have to sit upstairs while they sit downstairs. You know, there's to live like that in a society where if you actually spoke out against what you live in, you actually got lynched, you actually got killed, you got hung up. That's what all the lynchings is for, was to keep the people scared. The lynchings in the South at that point in time was what they called family gatherings, pork roasts. You know what I'm saying? Those are celebrations where people brought their kids and their wives and they hung black people up for entertainment purposes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when he says that we're mentally, that we're enslaved, we're not talking about, yes, there's a lot of our elders that's mentally enslaved. It took them 20 years just to be normal. We would never understand what it's like for somebody to call us the N-word, we got to walk that off. We would never know what that's like. We would never know what it's like we can't go in a restaurant because it's whites only. We would never know what it's like to go, can I vote? And you might get shot. And the education system wasn't for you to be smart. It was for you to become a sharecropper and be submissive to the laws of the land. Am I wrong, for?
No, you're 100% right.
So
picnic, you know what a picnic is, right? They used to just pick a nigga.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
It wasn't even fucking personal. It's just niggas was nothing.
It's nothing.
They should just pick one, have a party, and hang them at the end. That's it.
It's sad, man.
Castrate them.
That's why I hate when we, even though we may not agree with what somebody says, we tear them down. Because we're tearing down somebody. Okay, he's from Chicago, right? Kanye West.
Yeah.
So Chicago, for y'all that do not know, Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, Indiana, certain cities in Indiana, those are called escape routes from the South. So he has family members that probably had to escape Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, that made it to Chicago and it was mentally enslaved. Yo, what's one thing all his jazz players said yesterday at the wake? My pops never spoke, right?
Yeah. He's a quiet guy. He was quiet. He was quiet, but like he had like strong, his energy, his aura and all that was strong. Like
he was quiet.
Yeah, he was quiet.
Because when he grew up at, he said you couldn't trust another black man because when you spoke out about the injustices of where you grew up at,
they're telling you.
You know what I'm saying? They're telling you. And then when they're telling you, you're liable to die. And you're like, but they called it a picnic back then. Let's talk about 1930 Alabama, when your birth certificate said Negro.
Yo, but that's a fact, though. You got to understand, like, this is the shit that killed me. Because people like saying the white man is always holding them black back. I know a lot of people that open up businesses and they're minorities. And more likely than not, it's going to be another black, and this is a fucked up thing to say, but it's going to be another black person that's going to try to prevent you from succeeding. It's going to be another minority that's going to try to prevent you from succeeding. And 9 times out of 10, they're not even going to have a good reason. They just don't want you to succeed. And I'm not saying that to say anything. I'm just speaking like from what I've noticed in my life and what I've seen in my life. Yeah. That's just the way it is. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you have a lot of people, like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like when you trying to grow a business, that's a reason why a lot of people, like when they're trying to grow a business, it's not that they don't want to extend themselves to people in the black community. It's just that they want to succeed. And sometimes you try to start a business, you try to have people with you that's your people, and it just don't work. And you don't got no choice but to then start working with, people of different nationalities.
That's a fact. And it's not a black and white thing, but it's just understanding your history and where you came from. I'm from New York. I don't know what it is to use a different type of bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I could use any water fountain. A white boy call me out my name, I'm putting my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Where they was at, everything was secret society. It's not a white and black thing. We're just talking about a generation of our folks that was mentally and physically imprisoned in their thoughts. There wasn't black unity because it was out of love. It was black unity out of fear.
Yeah.
You understand? Do you understand what fear is? If you send your son to the store, he may not come back. If the sheriff was drinking in the bar and they want to pick one, they was abusing them in that South. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about not Jim Crow South, you're talking about the Confederate South.
Yeah.
Confederate. You're talking about the Confederate when it was a curse for you to put it like this. You couldn't speak out loud. So the only time you showed your energy is when you was in your house. Because outside you had to walk with your head down. And you couldn't say nothing. You had to yes sir, no sir. They was calling you boy. And sometimes they might still disrespect you. Go fetch my cup. You know what I'm saying? You with your wife, they try to disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? And now, and that's the society that we're stuck in now. So when somebody tries to tell you about, how Kanye's cool and this and the third, he's from the Midwest, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Midwest. Yeah. Maybe whatever he's trying to do doesn't mean he's cooning. You know what I'm saying? That's because he's not a northerner. We see things differently. From where he's from, them factories fed a lot of black families. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I'm not gonna lie to you. Ford and Budweiser and all those warehouses that was all in the Midwest, you had middle income families in the Midwest because of these companies that was hiring these African Americans that did not know how to read. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay. What you about to say, Forrest?
No, I want to point out something. When was the last time you seen a person of a nationality that wasn't black try to prevent, like last time you seen a white person try to stop a white business from succeeding?
Yeah, you never see that.
When you see that, you understand what I'm saying? We in like, when do you see that? When you see white people see a white person trying to do a business and then they just try to put that person out of business for no reason. When you see that, you only see that, and it's fucked up to say it, but you only see that in our community. That's it. People gonna come up with all the different reasons why they doing this and they doing that, but it's all the same thing. It's just that it's something that is really only prevalent in the black in the black community. Like, it's really only prevalent here. You don't see that nowhere else. You don't see that with white people. I live in the Bronx. The Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, the motherfuckers stick together like you wouldn't believe. Mexicans stick to. Am I lying?
That's a fact. They stick together.
They stick together like you wouldn't believe. The Mexicans stick together. The East Indians, they stick together. They might hate each other, but they stick together. That's a fact. Them niggas might hate each other, but they stick together. The freaking every race of people stick together. It's just us that don't. It's just us. That's it. That's why there aren't more black businesses.
Yep, that's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. Like, one thing I learned, right, in the 60s, the 50s and 60s, Cleveland, Ohio, some people might say that it's the slums now, but Cleveland, Ohio was a middle and high class thriving community for African Americans, where even they had African American assemblymen, they had African Americans that were in the Parks Department, they had African Americans that were in the infrastructure project in Cleveland, Ohio. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? But when these industries left, then, you know, things went down. You know what I'm saying? People had to start running out of, you know, Cleveland to come to New York. But everybody thought because New York was a big city and a big state and everybody about New York, they came right back until what they just left. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the South here. They came back to realize the infrastructure project was all Italians and Irish. Construction, Italian and Irish. Sanitation, Italian. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, whoa. Only thing they got here, only thing that was in New York they looked like was jazz. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to the first workers that worked for MTA that changed the game. To our first African Americans that worked for Con Ed. People like, you know, your dad that owned restaurants in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? That came from the South. Shout out to people like that that came here and left oppression conditions to come to New York to win and win for their kids. But they didn't want to see their kids go through what they went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are things that we gotta be proud of, man. Sometimes some of y'all the message wrong, huh?
I want to say something. First of all, I'm in New York City. Latino people say the N-word all the time. Nobody thinks nothing of it. Literally, nobody thinks anything of it. So I don't know what's happening other places other than New York City. But I live in New York City. Puerto Rican people say the N-word all the time. Dominican people say the N-word all the time. Niggas in the hood just say the N-word. I don't care what race you are. With the exception of literally being Caucasian, people in the hood say the N-word all the time, and nobody sees any problem with it. But that's a New York thing. I'm not trying to say somebody else has to accept that. I'm just saying that's just something that happens in New York. People in New York, with the exception of Caucasians, say the N-word all the time. So I don't understand. Somebody said, everything seems reversed now. We don't kiss those crackers' asses and we don't let our Latinos use the N-word. That's what E said. And I'm just saying, they use the N-word all the time. You don't even think about it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to say.
The music. You're right, it's a fact.
Don't even think about it.
It's a fact. Use all in the music. We're not, this is not just a fact. It's so much in the music and part of this hip-hop culture that they use words that's just part of slang, what's considered slang words. And here in New York, we just have a whole bunch of slang words. Sorry to say this. I don't know what goes on in other cities, but I just know what goes on here. You know what I'm saying? I've been to other cities where things are a little more different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't knock us because we're from here. You know what I'm saying? We use the N-word a lot for no reason at all. Yo, tell that, like, I could know his name is John. I could be like, instead of saying John, hey, yo, tell that nigga come over here. Who? That nigga right there. So it's just, we're so used to, because it's so much in our music, and we put that part of our flow, and it became a word that we do that to kick out our vocabulary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to stop using it myself for multiple different reasons. But yeah, we got to go out.
Definitely do, man. this turned out to be a great Connect show. Shout out to
Kev Mo.
Kev Mo. Support the brother. He got the KMB management. He's on YouTube. He's on IG. Good brother from Castle Hill. Shout out to Hocus 45, Jay Prince for making that peace treaty. You know what I'm saying? Building and destroying. You know what I'm saying? Just got to build. You got to build as people. So shout out to Force having a great platform tonight. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat today. Definitely shout out to Amp with the donation. Team Smokes in the building. You know what I'm saying? JE, Money, Feed the Wolves. Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? We talked about today's topics. We took it old school. We got into some politics. It was a great night tonight, party people. And with that being said, man, I learned a lot tonight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot tonight. And I hope y'all learned a lot. And with that being said, your Force, get us out of here.
Shout out to Kev Mo for coming on the show. Hopefully we're gonna be able to get we'll see what happens. Hocus 4/5 might come on, who knows. We'll see what we could do with that next week. Don't forget we're supposed to have Star. He's either gonna call in or he's gonna actually have a week written a studio already got. Studio's already got. Hopefully he'll be able to show up. It's gonna be on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we're gonna be in the studio. Look, man. A lot of what Zeke was just saying is dead on. A lot of the problems that we have in our community is created by our community, and there's things that we could prevent, and there's things that we can move away from. We really need to stop blaming the white man for all our damn problems. Does systematic racism exist? Absolutely. Does white supremacy exist? Absolutely. But a lot of the problems that affect us directly, and a lot of the problems that directly affect our everyday lives, that's a better way to put it. It comes from our own people, the things that we're doing. It comes from ourselves, the things that we're doing. It comes from the people around us. It's called crimes of opportunity. I'm not talking about just crimes in general, but I'm talking about patterns of behavior. It's of opportunity. You have to be in a certain relation or a certain proximity to something to be able to affect it, whether it's a negative way or whether it's in a positive way. We have lots of Black businesses out there, lots of businesses out there that we need to start supporting. If we're not going to support those businesses, we should get out the way and let other people support those businesses. But that's not how we do. If you have a white man that has a business, he's trying to blow his business up. If he gets into contact with other white people, you know what's going to happen? Those other white people are going to help that business blow up. If you got a person that's Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican, whatever race you could think of off the top of your head, with the exception of American Black, if they try to get involved in that business, they're going to help it blow up. We are the only ones to try to tear down our own. And then after we tear down our own, what we're going to do is we're going to go somewhere else and we're going to tell a whole different set of people that don't even know what the fuck we just did. That was some bullshit. That, you know what? I'm all for Blacks. Because that's what we do. So just keep that in mind and recognize when shit is going to come down the pipeline for you. And let's still try to be supportive of one another. We just have to understand who we're going to be supportive of. If I'm not going to support something, me, myself, I just stay clear of it. But that's me. You have the right to do whatever you want to do. But if I'm not supportive of something, if I'm not going to support something, I'm just going to stay clear of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go spend my time. Yeah, I could do a live with Real Talk Media. That's a fact. I'm going to go spend my time somewhere trying to do something positive. I'm going to try to spend my time somewhere trying to build something. I'm not going to spend my time trying to figure out how to destroy something. Because then what happens when that thing that I just spent all of this time and all of this energy to try to destroy doesn't get destroyed and actually comes back bigger and stronger? I just wasted how many years of my life? How many months of my life? How many weeks of my life? Let's show the future, the kids. Let's show the people that's here coming for the future the way to be. You don't teach kids by telling them. You teach kids by showing them. Let's try to show. Anyway, everybody, I hope y'all drink water in the morning. First thing we need to drink is water, some fruit. Everybody, oatmeal. I didn't have no oatmeal the last 2 days. I got to get back to the oatmeal. Fruit, water, oatmeal. We got to make sure that we take in a large sum to these every day for our own health. That's always a good look. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.
Shout out to Punch.